Hey, welcome back. So we're going to be finishing up this chapter talking about the other organs of the urinary system. The first hour of our talk on this chapter was all about the kidneys, and now we're going to talk about our ureters, our bladder, and the urethra. So the ureters are endothelial lined muscular tubes that run from our kidneys to our bladder. They are also retroperitoneal, so they only have that parietal peritoneum surrounding one side. They originate from the pelvis of the kidneys, and they exit the renal hilum, and then they enter the bladder at the base. There are three tunics. We have the mucosal layer, the muscularia, and then the outermost region is the adventitia. There we go. And so here is, you see the adventitia, the smooth muscle, and then the endothelium would be right in here. The ureters move urine from the kidneys to the bladder through peristaltic waves. And so here is where those ureters enter into the bladder. So at the base of the bladder, the ureters enter. Okay, so you have one ureter on the right and left side of the body. So the bladder then is a muscular container that just basically holds the urine. That's its job. It stores the urine, and then when you are ready to urinate, it helps to release the urine. The bladder then is composed, so it has a mucosa, a submucosa, a muscularis, and an adventitia. The bladder has the bladder has transitional epithelium surrounding it. This is what helps to stretch and keeps the bladder's shape. So remember, transitional epithelium functions in distension, and it's found in the urinary system, the only place it's found. There are only 3 openings into the bladder. You have the 2 openings for the ureters, and then the opening for the urethra. That's it. The bladder can hold anywhere from just a small amount of urine up to close to a liter of urine relatively easily. When you have about a liter of urine, you're going to, or at half a liter, you'll even have the urge to urinate. If you do not urinate, the urge to urinate will go away, but then once you get another about half a liter of urine, your bladder is going to spasm again, and that's going to stimulate you to want to urinate again. We have, in the urethra, we have 2 different smooth muscle we have 2 different sphincters. One's a smooth muscle sphincter and one is a skeletal muscle sphincter that helps to control urine exiting the body. So the urethra is the last region of the urinary system, and it is also a fibromuscular tube. You have the female urethra and you have the male urethra. Notice the length of the male urethra is much longer. There are 3 parts to a male urethra, and that's because the male urethra has to run from the bladder all the way through the entire penis and out, whereas the female urethra just runs from the bladder and then exits the body. This also is likely to be the reason why females tend to get more urinary tract infections. Our urethra are much shorter and they're much closer to the anal region than the males. The male urethra up here is called a prosthetic urethra. Then we have the membranous urethra and the spongy urethra. So the urethra, like I said, has 2 different sphincters. The internal urethral sphincter is an involuntary smooth muscle sphincter produced by the neck of the bladder, the muscle there called the detrusor muscle. And when it's stimulated, then it will release. And then you have an external urethral sphincter that we learn to control, typically anywhere between age 18 months to 4 years of age, depending on the individual. So we are done with this chapter. So I will be posting this, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.